Over the last decade, robotic arms and motion control devices have been making waves in the film industry. From music videos, to commercials, to product videos, and even on the red carpet. These arms can move extremely fast and stop on a dime, which lends them to be very useful for creating cinematic movements that have never been seen before. But for the last couple of years, these devices have been out of reach for the general film enthusiast because of the cost to operate one of these machines. Prices are starting to change, and the market is becoming more affordable for these robotic arms at a prosumer level. So in today's video, we will break down, should you buy a robotic arm? All right, before we jump in, this video is sponsored by Artlist. Artlist is your one-stop shop for sourcing incredible licensed music online for your next project. I've been using Artlist long before I was sponsored by them because no other company compares to the quality music that Artlist provides. And on top of that, it's a very affordable monthly price for unlimited music. If you're interested in joining Artlist, you can check out the link in my bio below where you can get 2 free months if you purchase through that link. As you may or may not know, I'm a product filmmaker that creates product videos at a smaller scale than the typical larger product video production company. I use a lot of tools around my house to mimic high-end commercials that deliver amazing results. But one tool that's always eluded me is the robotic arm and the movements that you can get with it. The robotic arm is used to capture extremely precise and timed movements. For example, the camera following a raindrop that comes off of a leaf and is dropping down and then lands in a puddle, and many more types of movements that would be nearly impossible to capture without a robotic arm. Recently, I was hired by Tavier, which is an international beer distribution company. They hired me to create 4 beer commercials for their social media. For their video, they wanted slow motion and beautiful pouring shots. So I knew that I needed to use a robotic arm, but where was I gonna get a hold of using a robotic arm? Luckily, I knew a guy.
Hey, my name is Javier Riveros. I'm a visual engineer and I'm the head of Filmmaking.
But more on him later. For now, we need to jump forward a couple months. Where the project was finished, I was able to use his robotic arm and create this video that I posted on social media.
I was tempted by your smile. I was tempted, and for a little while I was certain that I will be the one to change you, and you will be mine. You will be mine.
After I posted that video on Instagram, the questions started flooding in from everyone. You have a robotic arm? Where can I get a robotic arm? How much does it cost to get a robotic arm? I want one of those. All these questions about robotic arms gave me an idea. Why not break down what it's like using a robotic arm? Where better to start on this journey than on the cost? The robotic arms are typically paired with a slow motion camera, like the Phantom 4K Flex, or something that's a little bit cheaper, like the Kronos 2.1 or the FreeFly Wave. Robotic arms have actually been around for quite a while before they made their debut into the filmmaking industry. Robotic arms are typically used on automotive assembly lines or used for high-precision scientific procedures. But the filmmaking world also saw the robotic arm as a useful device and decided to strap a camera to it. There are a few name brands when it comes to robotic arms in the filmmaking industry, and those are MRMC, the creators of the robotic arms known as Bolt. They recently came out with a more affordable robotic arm called the Bolt Junior, which retail price is $209,000. And there's also Motorized Precision, the makers of the Mia and Kira robotic arms that are close to the same price. So with the prices set, what was I gonna do to get my hands on a robotic arm? Like I said, I knew a guy.
Hey, my name is Javier Riveros. I'm a visual engineer and I'm the head of Filmmaking.
And this guy built his own robotic arm.
This is Olive.
And built it in his garage. But before you get any ideas of building your own robotic arm like Javier, I have to let you know, he's smart. Like super smart. He's an engineer.
I'm an engineer.
But nevertheless, he was willing to let me use his robotic arm to film my beer commercials. So I packed up all my gear and I headed out to Javier's garage.
All right, so my car is a little packed right now, but there's a reason for all this. I have a friend that actually lives very close to me, and he has built something that's super sick, and this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to show you guys. So let's go check it out. Ah. Hopefully he's here. Secret code. Oh, that was fast. You guys ready for this? Are you ready? Javier!
Hey man!
What's up, bud?
What's up?
So, Javier, show us what you have built in here.
Not only did he build this robotic arm in his garage, he sourced all of the parts from all around the world. It took him 2 months to order the parts, 1 month to ship, and 3 months to build it, in a total of 6 months. And he said that this robotic arm cost him around $40,000 to $45,000 to build. Okay, so more about the 4 beer commercials that I was creating for Javier and the criteria that they requested. 1, be short and sweet for social media. 2, show a clear shot of the label and the brewery. And 3, the most important, show beautiful slow motion pouring shots of the beer. So the way that I broke it down was roughly each video would have 4 shots. You would have your intro, you would have your label shots, you would have your pouring shots, and then you would have your end/hero shot. Javier forewarned me that these pouring shots were gonna take a bit of time to do because he had to program the movements into his software. You remember how I said you had to be super smart to build one of these robotic arms? Well, you have to be super smart to operate one as well. It isn't as simple as using a robotic arm on a slider with key points in an app. Javier uses multiple applications to operate the robotic arm. The drivers inside the robotic arm actually come with their own operating interface that can do simple movements. But once you want to do more complex movements with speed and fluidity, you have to learn how to program. He uses the basic functionality of the driver software combined with his own software that he created in C++. That's right, his own software to make the movements sync up with the camera, the focus, with the pouring arms, with the pneumatic rods, and anything else, because the robotic arm itself doesn't just work or make beautiful shots unless you bring all of these elements together. So to save time, we decided that for each beer commercial, for the slow motion pouring shot, that we'd use the same exact movement. What we do is just swap out the beer and the glass for each shot. The goal for the slow motion pouring shots was to have a device that would pour the beer and for the camera to follow the beer coming out of the bottle or can and falling down into the glass. I wanted to capture this all in slow motion at 1,000 frames, so we used his Chronos 2.1. Before starting, I showed him a bunch of reference videos so he could start programming the robot for the precise movements that I wanted. Timing is everything with these robotic arms because they move so fast. If you're even off by a few milliseconds, then you miss the entire shot. It took us 6 hours to get the first beer shot. And once we were happy with that, then we moved on to the next beer. Because these arms are so precise, they can capture every little movement, but on the downside, every little thing can throw them off. Every time we switch the beer, the sizes of the cans or bottles, the shape of the glass, and even the weight of the beer would throw off the robotic arm, and we'd have to readjust the pinpoints. It was so sensitive that we had to use a syringe to measure the exact amount of beer that we'd be placing into the can each time. After 12 hours of shooting, we were walking away with only 4 shots. And keep in mind, this is 4 shots that were exactly the same. The ending shots, again, took a full day to complete. And after 2 days, I was only walking away with 4 videos half complete. And I would have to get all of my pickup shots later. Using a robotic arm can be truly amazing, and you can use it to capture your wildest ideas, but it does come with its limitations, and these are some things you should consider before buying a robotic arm. 1, the cost. 2, that you're gonna need someone smart to operate and program your robotic arm. And 3, it takes a lot of time to get the shots that you want. If you're interested in working with Javier and his robotic arm, you can reach out to his email, javier@filmnamics.com, for business inquiries. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed another one of my videos and walked away learning something about robotic arms. It was a blast to create these videos. It was a huge learning experience for me and something that I wanted to impart onto everybody that's never used a robotic arm before. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. We're always creating really awesome content just like this, and please like, share, and comment. If you haven't checked out my product video course yet, you're missing out. If you want to make money from home creating product videos just like me, this course is for you. You can check out the course in the link in my bio. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.